Hey guys, so we're gonna be doing an oil on this thing today. I need to do some maintenance on it. It's due for an oil change. I need to fix the exhaust, and also while I was at the store I picked up some paint here. I'm gonna have another video pretty soon painting some wheels. Those wheels just so happen to be these. Now, I painted these probably, I would have been like 2018, 2019, something like that. And they're starting to chip these days, so they are due for a fresh coat of paint. I went with silver because honestly I just think it'll look nice on this thing. So we'll see. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. I'll show you how to do an oil change on these and get the oil maintenance light reset. So let's get right into it. Well, after some searching in the shop trying to find my filter claw, I didn't find that. So I went to my roommate's toolbox and stole this. It might work. I really hope it works. Marshall, if you're watching this, please stop using my tools. I don't know where they are and I can't find them. That's all I got. But anywho, it's a Honda, so you need your 17 mil, your pliers, and I'm just gonna grab a wrench too. I probably don't really need the wrench, but I'm gonna have the wrench anyway just for moral support in case I do need it. And then you want to grab your greasy oil pan that's sludge, a little bit of sludge in the bottom. I just dumped probably about 3 quarts of coolant out of this. And you want to make sure you're using one that had coolant in it so you can mix the coolant and oil in before you give it to your buddy to use in his wood stove or oil burning stove. And it's the same thing, it burns stuff. Reese, I'm sorry. It had to be done. I don't know why I put coolant in there, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. You'll be alright. Alright. Get that in there. Throw that stuff down. Alright, so now that we're under, there's your filter. There's your drain plug. Don't do that one. It's this one. I've never took that one off. That's just for your rear motor mount, but you probably don't want to be unbolting your rear motor mount. Usually when you're doing an oil change, you aim to get the drain plug that'll take all the oil out. And I don't have a tripod or anything, so I'm just going to crack this stuff open and start draining it. Please like and subscribe the video and keep on watching so that maybe one day I can afford a tripod and a lift so I don't have to crawl around in my driveway. Oh, yep. I do have a shop, but like we're in Minnesota and it's like 54 degrees out, so like I might as well take advantage of this beautiful weather and lay perfectly under my car like so. I don't think my cold air intake is getting much cold air. I should probably fix that. You loose? Oh, I think it's the top part that's loose. Oh, yeah. Let me just get that in there. Yep, okay. Yep. Perfect. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so this thing actually does work pretty nifty for getting oil filters off for Hondas anyway. So if you're in my case and your roommate steals all your tools, one of these does work if you can't find your filter claw. Yeah. Alright, so I got the filter cracked and draining. Now I'm gonna go grab some gloves real quick so I don't just soak my entire arm in oil. But I always crack these things, let them drain out a little bit before I pull it off so I don't just dump oil all over my hand. And then after that's done, we'll pull the plug and let that drain out as well. Alright. Got the oil filter off. Pull the drain plug. Put that there. Let's see if that completely overshoots the pan and goes straight on my driveway. Probably. Come on. Easy. Oh, right in there. And I didn't even drop the drain plug straight in the oil pan. That's pretty good. All right, well, let that drain and come back, throw this thing back on. We'll throw a new gasket on there, get the filter on, and get some oil back in this thing. Alright, so we got all the oil drained. Take the drain plug here. I ran inside and just took a paper towel and kind of wiped it off. Got everything off. Gasket's on there. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I put this filter on is I'm just going to get a little bit of oil, get it around on that seal. It's always good to get a little bit of oil on your seal. It's just helps out, I think. I don't know. It's probably useless. I always do it. Now, I know a lot of people will fill these before they put them on. I don't think it matters. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? I know that's a big thing people will go back and forth on, is whether or not you should fill your filter before you install it on the car. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing on there, get the drain plug back on, and start topping her off with oil. All right, got that on. Push this guy off the way a little bit. Snug. And that's plenty. You do not need to over tighten these. I know I used to work as a lube tech back in the day, and some of these filters, people just crank them on. You don't need to do that. Just get it hand tight. Crank it a little with your hand. You don't even need to do that. These things aren't going to come off. Another thing, make sure that when you take your old oil filter off, that the gasket stays on there. It's not left up here. If you double gasket your oil filter, this thing's going to dump all the oil out the second it gets oil pressure. So keep an eye on that. And then same thing, drain plug. I mean, I think I just did it, but I'm going to double check again. Just make sure it's snug. You don't need to crank it to 350 foot-pounds. It'll be all right. Now that everything's taken care of down there, get yourself a little funnel. I found that these smaller ones, I mean, they work in this car. It's not great, and they'll get the job done. I usually go with Mobil 1. You know, use whatever oil you like. I've been putting Mobil 1 in this thing since I bought it. I'm just going to keep doing it. Seems to work pretty good, but 4.4 quarts of O20 is what these call for. America. Anyway, now that the C130's passed, yeah, O20 is what these call for. I know a lot of 9th gen guys are on 5W30 in these cars. I'm not, because I don't have anything done to it. I mean, it's stock. I got stock intake, everything. Like, it just has a catback. You know, maybe once I get it tuned, get an intake on this, probably bigger throttle body, injectors, then maybe I'll go with a little bit of a thicker oil just to be safe. It's making a little more power. It doesn't hurt to have a thicker oil. And like that car, that's got 1040 in it, which, I mean, it's a single cam, but I beat the crap out of it. So, same thing. You know, if you're going to beat on your car, it doesn't hurt to have a thicker oil. But for this, I usually just daily drive it, so it doesn't matter. O20 will do just fine. Just like that. That looks like about 4.5 quarts, roughly. And since I have some other stuff to do, I know I have roughly 4.4 in here. So I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's what you want. Throw your funnel straight on the ground. Yeah, I'll clean that out later. I'm already done filling it anyways. So, got that back on. Now, I always like to start it up, take a look under there, and make sure nothing's leaking. Yep, it's not spraying oil out everywhere. That's good. All right, now that we have that, go in menu, vehicle information, maintenance. I don't want to talk about it. I went a little over. I have it set at, I think, 400 or 4,000 miles or something like that. I did it at 4,600. It'll be fine. But we're just resetting the oil maintenance reminder. So like I said, menu, go to customize settings, vehicle information, and then right once you get in there, hit the source button. Do you want to reset your info? Yes. And it's been reset. Just like that, you got your oil maintenance reminders reset, good to go. And that's really all there is to it. These oil changes on these things are super easy. I mean, like you guys saw, the oil filter and drain plug are right next to each other. 4.5 quarts of oil. You can do this at home with very basic hand tools. I mean, really all you need is, like I said, you need a 17 mil for the drain plug. And then I usually use an oil filter claw with my ratchet, obviously, as you guys saw. I'm 99% sure my roommate took it, moved it somewhere, and I couldn't find it, so I used this. Whatever you can get to get the oil filter off will work. And like I said, 4.4 quarts. I mean, this car's got 120,000 miles. I think I bought it at like 30. I've been using the same oil pretty much the entire time. I guess now I got the high mileage for engines over 75,000 miles. We got the fancy stuff for her now since she's getting old, but yeah, I mean, 2 jack stands. Get yourself a jack and you can do this at home. I think this took me 10 minutes, something like that. Or no, it was like more like 15 minutes. I probably made this video longer than I needed to. Anyway, it's easy. And then also, I think you guys saw at the beginning, I got that paint. I'm going to get those wheels painted. I'm probably going to have that video coming out tomorrow. So if you guys are watching this day of, you can look out for that if you want to learn how to paint your wheels. And yeah, I guess I got to fix the exhaust and she should be pretty good. I need to detail it and get some sort of trim restorer on the lip and everything. This poor car. Also, another thing is all this stuff. I'm gonna pull this fender off. I'll probably make a video on sanding this down and getting that just in primer. I am by no means a professional at doing body work, but I can get that looking better than it does. I'm not going to paint match it, anything like that. I plan on getting carbon fiber fenders at some point, but just in the meantime, to prevent rust buildup, I'll get that taken care of, and then I'll probably also restore the headlights here soon. So I got some more content coming out on this car in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. But that's all I got today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a good one.